Dear students, colleagues, and my friends, very warm welcome to Dr. Zia Ahmed YouTube channel. Today again in this short video we are going to record a type of critical appreciation of a poem which is titled as Kitchens. Kitchens, that is not kitchen but kitchens, by Rafat, that is the name of the poet. Rafat is a Pakistani poet shining very much bright among the stars of a galaxy of Pakistani English literature and other literature also. He has made a name, quite name, by writing large number of poems and other articles as well, and he is known to be one of the best poets of Pakistan. He was born in the 1930s and died in the 1990s, and as a result lived a long time. He saw not only the birth of Pakistan but also development of Pakistan, and in his ending years he saw the tumultuous period of Pakistani life as well. So he has got a very deep knowledge of Pakistani culture, Pakistani life, Pakistani people as a nation, first as a part of the colonized India and later on as an independent Pakistan. He has been having a deep eye on this territory, its people. So that is why what he knows, what he describes, cannot be described very well by other people. However, he may stand equal to the poets like Maki Qureshi and other likes of Kargos also, and he may be counted among the one of the best Pakistani Anglophone poetry writers or creators. So let's go to the kitchens. First of all, the title. The title is in plural because the poem tells us about two kitchens, not one kitchen. One is the traditional kitchen, other is the modern kitchen. What is the difference? What the traditional kitchen used to teach us, and then what is the use of the modern kitchen. This kitchens therefore becomes a metaphor of change, metaphor of the abilities and the qualities which the people used to create with the help of their kitchen timing, and now if it is being compensated or not, that is the point of the poet. So let us enter into the poem and see what is the point of view of this poet, Rafat. Now, well, I must say that it's not a stanza formation in the poem. There are no fixed, kind of rhymings, and it is altogether a free verse because the poet possibly wanted to pay more attention to the content of the poem rather than to the styles or the technicalities of the poem. So let us see what does the poet say. I shall be dividing it into three parts so that we can have a separate understanding on each of these parts. The first part I'm going to read for you is: kitchens were places we grew up in, high-roofed, spacious. They attracted us with the pungency of smoke and spices. So that is the very first opening description of the kitchen. Tense is past here. So the poet is talking about the past kitchens first of all, though the tense may be maintained, but he will talk about the present kitchens too. According to him, kitchens used to be vast spaces. These were not as short and tiny or congested places like today's kitchens. Maybe some of the rich people have a very big space allocated to the kitchen, but normally in the middle class homes, the kitchen is not that big. So the past time kitchens, sometimes they used to be open kitchens as well, and if they were covered, they were high roofed, and that is why a lot of space was available in the kitchen. So the poet first of all talks about the space, and then he talks about the smoke and the spices whose smells used to come out of the kitchen. So an indication that kitchen is alive, that kitchen is present here, that could be mostly recognized because of the smells of the spices and the smells of the smoke that was possibly there, and it could be seen at the very time. It could be felt, it could be heard, it could be smelt as well. That was the quality of the kitchen. So these two qualities only, size of the kitchen, smells of the kitchen, have been talked about in the first part. Then comes the second part. From December bed we hurried to cheer of wood fire above, which sang black kettles. Once there we dawdled over last night's curry, and fresh bread dripping from the saucepan, eggs and everlasting bowls of tea. So what was there in the past time? So as soon as the night time is over, the bed leaving activity was definitely connected with the joining activity of the kitchen. So as soon as the people would leave their beds, they would feel hungry, and that is why they would hit the kitchen and enter into it and see that the fire is there, and when the fire was burning, it used to make the people happy that the food is being cooked. Kettle, though of black of color, kettle in which the tea was to be prepared, that was also present there, and that kettle would provide with the best kind of tea at that time. Not only this, the overnight overnight left curry was also to be used, and people ate it very slowly along with the bread which was freshly cooked and was present on the saucepan. Not only these things but also eggs and bowls of tea. So eggs, pratas, and then leftover curry, that was all present there, along with the bowls of tea. The word bowl should also be taken in special sense. It's not cups of tea, it is bowls of tea. Though no, we have cups and cups everywhere, but the bowl, pyali, as you call in Urdu, that used to be having a specific flavor. So that's why these things were enjoyed in the past time. Now what happened during the enjoyment of all that? Let's see. Discussion centered on primaries, births, deaths, marriages, crops. Mother presided, her presence, busy, ladling noise was warmth. What was going on at that time? Not only the food was being eaten, but also some of the discussion was going on. The discussion was about multifarious topics, multifaceted topics, and one can say multidimensional topics, mostly related to the life of the people. For example, the discussions could be about births, deaths, marriages, crops, and the mother was holding the key of presiding, not the father, of course. The mother was leading the discussion. She was busy in ladling different kind of cookeries and was creating warmth also. But the same warmth was also being created by the discussion on these topics of births, deaths, marriages, crops, etc. So when mother was left in the kitchen, the same discussion was carried outside as well, and it continued for a long time. So that was the bonding. You can say bonding dialogue held on the same of the kitchen. So kitchen was a space which used to hold the people together, not only on the food but also on the discussion as well. The love between the relations, love between the interconnectivity of these people survived at that time. So kitchen was a place to provide with the healthy kind of food and discussion in the past time. So kitchen became the pastime metaphor of uniting, of love, of food, of happiness, and of frustration, ventilation as well. All these things were present in the kitchen of the past. Now, what is the change? The change is the surrealistic clock where once the elegant grandfather swung. We are differential to the snap layer of electric toast and take our last gulps. Standing up, chairs are insular. They do not encourage intimacy like slats. We would not dream of coming to this place. What is the change? The change is now one clock is present in the kitchen, and that clock is really very beautiful. It is showing its time, but it's not showing the picture of grandfather. It's not showing the presence of any other person who used to be the symbol of unity, love, and patronship. That was not present there. So instead of the pictures of the father and grandfather, now we have the clocks and their pendulums sometime, but most of the time only beautiful clocks. And then the cookery was being done with the help of the electric toast, and so there was no enjoyment of the pleasure of feeling the paratha being cooked and on the stove and ultimately coming down towards the plates of the people. It was not there. Simply speedy cooking by the electric toast and other machines present there, and the tea, whatever was present there, it was taken in gulps while standing, not by sitting, by chatting, by discussing, but without any kind of discussion. Shortage of time used to be the problem in the present time. So in that way, the present kitchen is being told in direct contrast to the kind of problem which we are having because of that. Same is the case with the sitting spaces. No chairs are there, which are insular chairs. It's not like the slats. Slats we can, as we used to call it, chowki or the sitting phatti, whatever, made of the wood. That's not there. These used to create a kind of connection, but the chairs do not create because they are the fixed features. And so we would not dream of coming to this place. No, when the people get up at that time, they have no, enjoyment of moving towards kitchen and feeling good or to that. That's the change which has come. Now, one can say that the poem is definitely very easy and flowing poem. It talks about the two, spaces. One is the old space of kitchen, other is the new space of kitchen. The old space was a bonding space, was a love place, but the new space is not that kind of role it is performing. It is mostly the space which is, just a technical or mechanical type of space. Everybody would come there, take something in hurry, and then go outside. So the basic role of the kitchen is going to be changed, and that is the change which possibly has come into Pakistani life. Pakistani culture is being portrayed. Pakistani culture, which used to be a culture definitely of sitting together in the kitchen, taking tea in the bowls, and then the leftover curry, and ultimately the pratas, the rotis, or the breads that was coming out. That has been replaced with the Americanization, with the post-colonial kind of situation where the culture of the colonial master has been preferred. That now we have technical things, mechanical things, and electric gadgetry in order to prepare our cooking. So the same role which used to create love has been diminished, has been reduced to zero almost, because right now everyone goes single-handedly, not with the collectivity into the kitchen and get the food and eat quickly and easily gulping it down without enjoying other things associated with that. So that's the change which has come. Pakistani idiom has been used altogether, because number of things which exist in Pakistan or in India at the maximum, these are being talked about, and how it has changed, element of change because of colonization, because of the globalization, because the word's modernness that has been talked about. So in this way, we can very safely say that Tawfiq Rafat is a person who represents Pakistan, Pakistani idiom, Pakistani language, though in English, but still he is writing in simple, easy, flowing English. No difficult words present here, no trajectories have been used, and no difficult jargoning has been used. It's quite easy to understand. It's easy to give a lesson to the young child of the school going age also, and to the bigger one also, to realize that this is the change, how we used to enjoy the pastime and how it is the change that has come there. Definitely change is the essence of life, it has to come, but the element of love and unity and sitting together, sharing together should not have ended even if the kitchen is modern. So that is what the poet is trying to give. So when students, you write the critical appreciation, do not fail to write about Tawfiq Rafat in its comparison with other Pakistani poets, and then go with the summary, write the substance, and ultimately take certain Pakistani idiom out of that, Pakistani culture out of that, then role of two kitchens, similarities and dissimilarities, talk about them, and then talk something about the language of the poem. Your critical appreciation would be complete. So that's it from me for this day. Hope to see you next time in some other video. Hopefully it will be Tawfiq Rafat's poem, another poem as well. So thank you for watching. If you like it, do not fail to hit the subscribe button as well as the like button, and post your questions and comments without fear. I sometimes respond to that. So thank you for watching, and that's it.